The assault on Ziggy's robot factory has begun, as the forces of Elsie, Shiki, and Holy have homed in on Lendard, where they hope to encounter both Ziggy's forces and the Oreshian Says Galactica member Dead End Crow. Suddenly our heroes have found that there's a new challenge standing in their way. A horde of dragons, all at the command of yet another member of the Oreshian Says Galactica, God Aknoela. Will our heroes be able to stand up to yet another spanner in the works? Or will this spell their doom? Let's find out. This cover page. Couchpo and Rebecca engaging in an eating contest. That's pretty cool. Honestly, my money's on Rebecca. Never underestimate a skinny girl. This is chapter 182. Warrior Maid 95. The fuck? Alright. The industrial planet, the planet Lendard. We see Ziggy out on a precipice, seeing the battles going on in space. He says, "So here you are, Shiki." And God Aknoela comes up to him saying, "Yes, but my children stand in his way. Will he really make it this far, I wonder?" The mother of dragons. Game of Thrones reference. And Ziggy says, "Your children, you mean the dragons?" And Aknoela says, "I brought them into this world. Of course they are my children." And Ziggy says, "Dragon." And he thinks back to the first moment of the very first chapter, when he was stargazing with Shiki. And Shiki said, "Oh, that star is moving." And Ziggy said, "You know what that is? It's a dragon." And Shiki looked on in amazement. A dragon. It makes you wonder, what's going on in that head of Ziggy's? Why has he become like this? What happened during his first meeting with Mother? How did he find Shiki? Is Shiki Ziggy's humanity? It's very strange. And as Ziggy comes back from his flashback, Aknoela says, "What is the matter, Lord Ziggy?" And Ziggy says, "Oh, I was thinking about Shiki, the boy I thought of as my son, and how I'm about to kill him." Jeez. Aknoela says, "I share deeply in your aspirations for a world of only mechanical beings. The cosmos has no need for human life forms, but I do not understand why you must kill this boy you call Shiki." And Ziggy simply says, "Because he is human." And Aknoela says, "No, you must have a greater reason than that. You raised him as your own and sent him into the skies, nurturing in him a belief in equality between humans and androids." He raises an excellent point. Who are you, Aknoela? Why? I mean, of course she sides with Ziggy's belief in android supremacy, but it's interesting that she's being the voice of reason in this situation. Ziggy looks upon his hands and says, "And I was wrong. That's my reason. With my own hands, I created a threat to the universe. Shiki is the one who will destroy the cosmos. Now I must use these hands to eliminate him." Destroy the cosmos? Does Ziggy really believe that, I wonder? Well, meanwhile, out in space, you see the horde of dragons bearing down on the ships of the crew of Edens. Shiki ducking and dodging and driving around their blast of energy. You see Laguna dodging. Wise says, "They breathe fire?" And Pino says, "Technically it is a hyperthermic laser beam." And Hermit cries out, "Launching scorpion missiles!" And several missiles go launching out of the Eden Zero, destroying multiple dragons. Meanwhile, in Elsie Crimson's fleet, she says, "Fire!" as they unload on the horde of dragons. However, the dragons manage to shake off the volley. Elsie's men saying, "Our main cannons aren't affecting the dragons." Sister cries out, "Damn it, they've got thicker skin than the ones at Dragonfall." And so the dragons open fire, destroying several ships in Elsie's fleet. Rebecca cries out, "Elsie's ships!" But her men say, "Don't worry, they're unmanned." Convenient. But still, this is not a great situation. Holy says, "Holy Fleet, what are you doing? Eliminate the dragons." Her people say, "Roger that. The Midnight isn't a bunch of junk like Elsie's fleet, firing special anti-dragon ether cannons." And so Holy's fleet fire off several of their cannons, and they cut through the dragons like a hot knife through butter. Hermit looks on in surprise. Anti-dragon? And Holy, smiling, says, I am technically still one of the Oricians, says Interstellar. Of course I had considered the possibility that we would have to fight Aknoela. Smart. I mean, it makes sense that they would be prepared for someone so reputable. And Sister says, nice, blow 'em all away. But with tricks like that up her sleeve, who knows what else she has in store. However, Holy's people say, still, it won't be easy to beat so many. But I believe we can buy some time. Okay, so makes sense. That's a lot of dragons to unload so much firepower upon. Hermit says, I see. Anti-dragon ether. If I configure the ether's genetic material, I might be able to make some artificial anti-dragon ether. And Holy says, don't be silly. Do you have any idea how many years it took for us to develop this ether? And Hermit just says, done. Holy is shook. Like, Nani? Nani the fuck? And Hermit, typing away at the keyboard, says, I'm sharing the exchange format with Shiki, Elsie, and all the rest of you. Use these ether bullets. They should actually damage the dragons. Shiki says, got it. And thus, Shiki's able to lay into the dragons just as easily as Holy's fleet. Shiki screaming out, yes! High score! And Holy, secretly sweating, says, what formidable children, to grow at such terrific speed. And hey, that's the power of Hermit. But Wise, he isn't so confident about the situation, saying, well, it is hurting the dragons, but it takes way too much ammo just to take down just one of them. Klein says, the force reconfiguration, it uses up extra ether. So reconfiguring takes up too much power and ammunition. Hermit says, I'm on it. This will work better in a close combat situation. Homura, you're up. Homura says, understood. And Holy, still shocked once more, is like, close combat? You have night gear on the ship too? Night gear is the giant battle mechs we've seen. Which would kind of be ironic considering that Homura's mother who fought in a giant battle mech. And Hermit says to Holy, Homura's personal fighter, running on an original OSEZS 94, which is an intuitive feedback system that throws all the old piloting concepts out the window. And we see the mysterious figure getting ready to launch. Homura says, all systems green, now launching. And you see a figure launch out of the underbelly of the Eden Zero. Whoa! Okay. Jeez, it's a battle mech that looks very similar to Valkyrie. Honestly, that is so cool. Maiden as an homage to Valkyrie. And it's called Warrior Maid 95. To arms! And Homura says, I am a poor markswoman. I cannot fight in space save for this method. As her mech pulls out its energy sword. And Hermit says, linking artificial anti-dragon ether, DS ether, to Warrior Maid 95's equipment. And Homura cries out, Homura Kogetsu, the Sword of Edens, to battle! Slicing through the dragons with blinding speed. Warrior Maid single sword attack, falling dragon flash. And Shiki gives the command, now! As Connor cries out, Eden Zero and all accompanying vessels prepare to storm Lendard. As Homura cuts a swath of destruction straight to the planet. As everyone cries out, aye, sir! And they all go rushing into the planet. It's time to begin Operation Planet Eater. Chapter End. Oof, this was pretty hype. This was pretty awesome. The crew of Edens was not dicking around for those 3 years. They've been getting ready to take the battle to Ziggy. They have been preparing weaponry, ammunition, this, that, and the other. They were ready for this throwdown. Good shit. Good to see how utterly crucial Hermit tends to be. But I love seeing Homura really just show off why she is the Sword of Eden. But I like that Holy's fleet didn't show off that they weren't slouches. Everyone was only able to excel in their fight against the dragons because of what Holy brought with her. I like that. And by analyzing that, Hermit was able to develop her own stuff, because she wasn't working off of nothing. She looked at what Holy's fleet had, analyzed it, reconfigured it, and incorporated it into the Allied forces. Good shit. It sucks that the dragons have really just kind of become fodder for the most part. So I'm wondering, with the mother of dragons, as it were, on the planet Lendard, are we going to see, like, more powerful dragons come out the woodwork? I mean, you have to. But there's also that discussion Ziggy had with Aknoella. It's like, Ziggy really seems to believe that he's doing the right thing. But the question is, why? How did he come to this conclusion? What did he see when he got to Mother? And how is Shiki involved with that? That's the thing. Something about how Ziggy found Shiki doesn't add up. And considering what Mother is claimed to do, Shiki's existence is very suspect. It really does make me wonder, is Shiki like an aspect of Ziggy? Or is it something more than that? It's too fascinating. It's too fast. Tell me your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think Ziggy is motivated by? Why does he feel like he's doing the right thing? What did you think of Homura's giant battle mech? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the next one. Or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.